Alright, I wanted to make a review about this Whia 75992 Precision Microbit driver set. It's a 27 piece set, 25 bits, and then one extender and a driver handle. Now this particular set I purchased after using this. This is a Walmart, pretty junky set. I think I bought it for anywhere from $2 or $5. And then eventually the bit driver on here, which retains the bits with a retention clip. The retention clip fell out, got lost, and then the bits just basically fall out. And so that particular fact made me need to prompted me to purchase a higher quality bit set, and it actually helped me decide which of the two versions of this Precision Microbit set to purchase. So this Whia Precision Microbit driver set is offered with a new driver, which is this yellow one over here, and with this rubberized texture. And it's also offered with something similar with this plastic driver with a bit holder up front doesn't have this rubberized texture. And of the two, both are available. I don't know if this still is. I actually ended up with this. I purposely bought the rubberized texture one, and the reason is because this bit holder holds the bits with a magnetic retention. You can see that, and so whereas the old version with the hard plastic handle retained the bits with a clip similar to this friction clip, as well as the extender. The extender still uses that friction clip, as you can see right there. You can see where that clip is inserted. This clip hasn't fallen out, and it's a friction clip. And so, I mean, not bad, but I prefer the magnetic holder. Now, I think three things contribute to an excellent bit driver, and the three things are precision and fitment, number one, number two, durability, and number three, ergonomics. And I believe Whia tools generally have all three of those. And so one thing about this set is Whia is a German company, but this set, the only items made in Germany, or only item to my knowledge, is the bit driver, the bit holder. All these bits are made in Vietnam. I'm not sure about the extender, but the bits definitely are made in Vietnam. And their quality control must be fantastic, because in spite of that, I've seen no problems in my set with durability or precision. And so I can't knock a point for that quite yet. But however, something like this I believe is the gold standard. I believe these two screwdrivers are absolutely the gold standard of what, and this is my opinion, of what a screwdriver should be. And I use these as meter sticks to measure any other tool, primarily screwdrivers or drivers that I purchase. How do they compare in terms of durability, fitment, and ergonomics compared to these? Ergonomics are great, as well as this one. So these two tools are made in Germany, top to bottom. And so these bits are made in Vietnam. We'll see how it does. Now, regarding the precision, all of these are super precise, no problems with fitment, as well as this item. Durability, I've never had a problem with any of my Whia tools. Durability, they last far longer than any other screwdrivers in terms of how well the metal holds up, how long it takes it to round out, how long this, making sure this plastic or rubber doesn't deteriorate. Never had an issue with Whia. On this note, I've seen many notes online that this rubberized portion peels away, and I'm already getting some chafing here, which I'm not too happy about. But over time, people are saying this whole rubber housing or coating just basically rubs off and falls off. In spite of that, I still bought the rubberized version instead of the plastic version, largely for the magnetic retention. Now, so durability-wise, I think that's a knock for here. Otherwise, it should hold. We'll see. The bit should hold up fine. Now, regarding precision and fitment, this isn't going to be as good as the gold standard, but we have to take it for what it is, because there's, of course, going to be a little bit of play here. there's a little bit of play, very minor, so it is pretty impressive, but a little bit of play between the bit as well as the holder. Now this holder is made out of plastic, so this bit is retained by a plastic housing. I don't think it'll be problematic because this isn't meant for heavy duty work. On a 1/4 driver, I would definitely consider it problematic, but in something where it's just microbits, you're never going to torque it enough to strip or damage this plastic housing. With that said, over time it may loosen up, but we'll see. Right now the tolerance is pretty good, but at the same time it's not this. I mean, this is a direct fit. This is a one piece other than the spinning top. This is just as good as one piece. And the thing I like about this is you can get very, very precise feedback of how much you're torquing something down. With this, it is definitely a little bit more vague. Still pretty good, but not nearly as precise as this. And I mean, that's understandable. I mean, we have 25 bits here. If you could imagine carrying 25 of these around, it's you know, it's night and day. It's no comparison. So I think there's a little bit of, you know, compromise, obviously. Now, one thing I did purchase as an accessory is the Whia 758 4mm to 1/4 inch adapter, and that is separate, but I store it here with the microbits. And the reason is because I also purchased a Whia 813 driver. Driver. This is a 1/4 inch, and then you drop this in there, and it makes for an excellent little set. And this has still got even a little bit more play than I did with the microbit directly in here, but not much more. And this affords me the flexibility of using it like this, or if I have 1/4 size bits that I'm using for a small area, I can use this microbit driver. So this is a little kit I keep together, so in order to for my microbit driver set. Now let's move on to the ergonomics. So with these drivers, the ergonomics in my opinion are flawless. You know, when you want to, you know, put the screw in real quick, you can choke up down here, get many revolutions, and then when you need to really torque it down or get fine control, you can come back up here where the diameter is a little bit larger, get more control and more torque. And then what I do is finally at the end, when I'm getting my final hard torque, I'll come back down here to make sure I don't over torque it, and that will give me good feedback as to have so making sure I don't strip the screws or the threads of whatever I'm fastening. Now, the other reason I really like this is on my other drivers, the shaft is made appropriately thin for the size of the tip, or whatever the size of the driver it is. And what that does, if you've ever noticed, it gives you ever so slight flex when you're at the final torque, and that gives me excellent feedback to know that I'm torqued enough, I shouldn't go any further. And I get a ever so slight flex in the shaft, and that's what I really like these for. You obviously won't get that feedback with this, but nonetheless it still has that excellent tapering design where you can get fast revolutions down here, come back up here for torque, and then torque it back down, choking up down here. And then the other thing is this does spin freely from the top, and so just like Whia has other tools, so you can palm it or give consistent pressure while pushing down and screwing a bit. And of course their other screwdrivers have that too. Now that's largely my review on this. So I think this is an excellent set. Other thing I would like to say is this set originally, when first introduced, this bit driver wasn't the default bit driver that was included, and therefore there's a little bit of a corner cut. So the case, this metal case, is the same as it was before. And this part over here bulges out, so this isn't closed completely. You can try to get the bulge of the driver in the window, and even without this plastic insert, still have the same issue. That's as far as you can get it in there, and if you can see, it doesn't close all the way. And this is close to a $50 set, or 50 or more. And you know what? That oversight is pretty annoying, considering, you know, it's Whia. It's such a nicely packaged thing, but that's nuts. It should not have that at 50 bucks. Does it really affect functionality? Not really, but it doesn't. It definitely doesn't latch down all the way. And I mean, you have to really make sure this is in there. It'll be worse if I let this go all the way down. Then it's like totally off. And so I found that a pretty big annoyance. Other things about the case, it is made out of metal, which is nice, and this does stand up. So if you're using it, you can have it stand up for you in use. And the bits retention is excellent. I do keep the microbit adapter, 1/4 to 4mm microbit adapter in here, and it's never fallen out. That way I always have it. And so there you go. There you have it. How I use it, why I bought it, and I think it's pretty good. And so what this really does compromise over the dedicated tool, but I mean, at the same time, carrying around 25 of these is no comparison. And having the flexibility of having these bits is fantastic. One other thing I wanted to mention is having the choice of using either the bit with the bit holder or the dedicated driver. I will not 10 out of 10 times choose the dedicated driver because of the ease of use. I pick it up, I put it back, and I'm done. The feedback, the ergonomics, the fitment, just all of it. It's much superior than having a bit plus a driver. However, like I said, there is compromise in having the flexibility of being able to have 25 bits in your pocket as opposed to you'd have to carry 25 of these around. So there is some compromise given the choice. If I have the dedicated tool, I'll always use it. But at the same time, I only have these dedicated tools in hex, slotted, as well as Phillips. I don't have them in all the Torx. So so if I need the Torx, I obviously have to pull this out. So I don't use Torx that often, but when needed, I mean, it's okay. So there you go. There's obviously other competitive, there's other competition for this, such as the iFixit set, which has gotten very good reviews. But I decided just to go with the Whia set because I've always had good experience with Whia tools, and in my opinion, I think their fitment, ergonomics, and durability is second to none. You pay for it. It's probably 2 or 3 times the cost of the iFixit equivalent, or in some cases 10 times the cost. But I mean, this is really a piece of junk. So there you have it. I mean, if you're, was it really worth it? Honestly, probably not. I don't use this nearly as much that I've gotten $50 worth of use out of it. But you know, when I use it, it is a pleasure to use. So it's worth it for that. All right. I hope this helped, and hope this helps you get a decision on what this set is all about, and helps you make a decision on whether to purchase this or not. Honestly, if I kind of wish I had never purchased this and just got this from the get-go. The reason I do still have this is actually it has more bits in certain sizes that this doesn't have. So in the very, very rare chance that I need one of these different sized bits, I will grab this, or I'll have these bits, whereas this is definitely far superior to that. All right, well, take care.